Any questions?
Yes.
Who is that?
Chuang Hui Meng from the Business Times.
Okay, all right, yes.
When you say you're going to run as an independent candidate, does that mean that you have no endorsement from anybody at all, especially the PAP or the government? Thanks.
Yes. I'm running as an independent candidate. My candidacy does not have the backing of any political party, and I'm not seeking such backing. There have been some reports which I've read in the press which suggest that I am a government-endorsed candidate. I'm proud to have served the people of Sembawang and Singapore for 3 decades. But the government did not approach me to run for the elected presidency. It was my own decision. Given my current position as Deputy Chairman and Executive Director of GIC, I did inform the Chairman of GIC, who happens to be the Prime Minister, of my intentions to contest the elections and to resign from GIC as a matter of protocol. I have stepped forward as I believe that this election is an important one, coming at a time when the next president is likely to see great change nationally and internationally. As I said earlier, I believe that we need a president who is fair and independent, but who can also work in partnership with the government, all political parties, and civil society to safeguard and advance the future for all Singaporeans. And another question? Yes.
Zakir from Straits Times.
Yes.
Dr. Tan, what would your response be, say, if the Labour movement or activists associated with a political party were to offer their backing and support for your campaign? But also your association with the PAP goes back a long way. Do you view it as an advantage or as a possible stumbling block, perhaps?
Well, first of all, of course, if the Labour movement or other associations or business groups or other groups in Singapore would like to offer me their support and endorse me as the preferred candidate for the presidency, then I'm of course very grateful for such endorsement, and I welcome them. I've made it clear that I'm not seeking the backing of any political party, but obviously as a candidate, I welcome support from all quarters. I have been involved with the government and with the party for over 3 decades. It has been a fulfilling experience. I am proud and happy to have been of service to the people of Singapore and particularly to the people in Sembawang. Whether that will be an advantage or disadvantage for me in the presidential elections is a matter for the people of Singapore to decide. Yes. Any further questions?
Hi, Dr. Tan. Elliot from the Online Citizen. Do you believe in a Singaporeans first policy in which jobs and universities are reserved for Singaporeans first?
Sorry?
Do you believe in a Singaporeans first policy in which jobs and universities are reserved for Singaporeans first?
Singapore is an international city. We will not progress by closing our doors and making it difficult for international talent to come to Singapore. But having said that, of course, our primary responsibility is to Singaporeans. We must give Singaporeans and their families every opportunity and assistance to advance in their careers, in their jobs, to have a fulfilling life. And I believe that it is the duty of the government and all groups in society to try and make this possible. Yes?
Dr. Tan, my name is Yini from Mediacorp. Could you elaborate on the kind of difficult decisions that you expect
the President to have to make in the next few years, and how do you hope to be able to steer Singapore and lead Singaporeans through these decisions? Thanks.
Yes. It's an important question. We are in difficult times now. The last few years, 2008, 2009, 2010, have been very difficult years. In 2008 and 2009, we were on the brink of another global depression similar to that of the 1930s. Fortunately, the worst of the global financial crisis is behind us, but recovery is not an overnight or straightforward affair. Countries all over the world are still grappling with hiccups. They need to reform institutions, and Singapore is no exception. The same is true for Singapore. There will be very difficult decisions we have to be taken by the government, by Singaporeans in the coming years. And it is here that I believe that my long-term perspective and my experience in both the public and the private sectors can benefit Singapore and all Singaporeans. Politically also in Singapore, we have seen many changes over the past few years. I believe that the President can play an important role representing Singapore internationally in a diplomatic but non-governmental capacity, and at the same time to serve as a unifying figure in Singapore at home to heal divisions, both political and economic, and to advance the future of all Singaporeans.